Yes, indeed. MCC News is back. Guys, there's loads of different stories that are coming from left, right and centre. There's been some great stuff I've seen, and we're going to go into it. Like, comic book related conversation is happening on the forum. Unfortunately, it does get a bit heated, but I'm really glad to kind of see this stuff. And it does lead me on to some stuff that I'm producing at the weekend that I hope you're going to back really well, because it is original content that's kind of different to MCC stuff that you standardly see. But without going on and in too much detail, let's just get into these news articles. So as you know by now, we've got the Goldblum challenge. It's great to see Jeff Goldblum, great guy, great geezer, and he's put together a little team to fight against. Now a lot of people are completing this very quickly. I think I was only managing to do up to round 3 on Thursday, and I've been making content all day, so I haven't had a chance to do round 4. But so far so good. It's great to see the life transfer back. And it's a good thing for all the community to be able to get involved with. A lot of people are finding they're able to do it, which is great. It's not always about, you know, separating out and segregation. It's all about a community feel, and I'm really kind of happy that, you know, it doesn't matter what levels people are. People are really kind of pushing to get this done, as they did with the last Spidey quest. So that's cool. Web slingers, same with the Goldblum challenge. Good to see. But a point was raised in the forum, which is it's kind of a good point, that yeah, we were told that it was going to be November that this was going to come out. It's kind of like you think it'd be more of a tie-in, but the problem is with regards to the UK, because we get the film first, and a lot of places in Europe get the film first. I think the promotion side of things, it's all in order to tie in with the promotion. So I don't know if it was seen as more of a marketing and a business kind of idea from Marvel Contest of Champions to kind of align that with stuff going on with the promotion. So like Jeff Goldblum was on the Graham Norton show, and it was kind of like, well, if all that stuff is really happening really quickly and kind of prior to film release, then they're going to go, we'll put it for the kind of UK Europe based release first, and then obviously it's out in October instead of November, because I think it's out later on in the US in order to kind of tie in kind of sufficient gap between that and Justice League being released. Our next bit of news is all about the time attack. As you know, there was downage with regards to maintenance, which, you know, affected a few things with regards to the way the event ran. Obviously, there was a lot of people that streamed it very quickly. Some of the YouTubers streamed it very quickly, and if people were putting time attacks in, this would be kind of, well, really testament to it not going quite so well. So we don't really know what the lay of the land is with this. This article was put together by Dark Cloud 1961, and obviously he wants to find out with regards to his time attack whether it's going to be affected by this. So far, Kabam have not got back to this post. They've not got back to him on like tickets he's raised. So I really hope that Kabam can give some kind of notification on this, because it's kind of important. A lot of people may have gone, oh, I really want to do a Legends run this time, but unfortunately they weren't able to do it, or they were put off, or they're not sure about how this will work with regards to the time attack in general. Our next story is a real kind of like fun one. I'm not sure if it's mainly like a bugs and known issues kind of segment, but it's put together by Loose Bob or Luck Bob, and it says Ghost Rider should have no soul. And in this, he talks about the fact that the way that the origins of Ghost Rider and the fact he sells his soul, so therefore doesn't possess a soul, to Mephisto, that Mephisto can't gain anything as a result. So it doesn't get the boost of the souls, doesn't gain a soul. And yeah, this is a long-winded argument, but it's very, very interesting. A lot of people have put responses to it, and they have mentioned things with regards to comic book origin and comic book, you know, facts with things. And yes, obviously there's a lot of things that you kind of go, why? Well, then source material it's like this, source material it's like that. There's a lot of kind of like other logic to it, which I don't think a lot of people kind of... I'm doing a research piece at the moment on Zarathos and putting it into an origin story. More on this on Saturday when the video goes out. But the way that it works is Mephisto has control over Zarathos, and Zarathos is the kind of spiritual, or the soul, or the kind of embodiment that is then punished by being put into Ghost Rider, the Spirit of Vengeance. So you kind of then go, right, well, he is technically a living soul that's been placed into that body, kind of like a body, because it turns into more of a kind of a spirit, a kind of a Ghost Rider, a spectral thing, whatever you want to describe Ghost Rider as. This argument can go on and on and on and on, but the facts are there's so many differentiations between like comic book source material, because comic book sources change every time. Like one story and origin may be different to another, and I'm not saying that when I do an origin story, which is going to be released tomorrow, that's my unofficial origin story or something. Mine is unofficial, so therefore it's out there, but it's not exactly correct, and people will go, no, that's a load of bull honky. So you can see where everybody's wrong and everyone's right, I think. But this is a really interesting read, and for someone that's really interested and really likes comic books, I found it quite fascinating. And it's over 3 pages, and the conversation started in October the 19th and is going on to present day. So go and take a look and also weigh in on the argument. It's good to get a nice community talk about comic books. Our next story brings us in game. So first of all, we've got the chosen champion Cash, and all I can really say about this, it's not really for me. I'm not really in the mood to spend the units. I've just spent units. I think it was 1,000 units on the kind of rank up bundle deal, which I did think was quite good. But this, it's not. If I had 3,500 units that I just thought, do you know what? I would either I've done Labyrinth Legends. What do I do now? I probably would spend it on something like this. But use of units at the moment is either saving for, you know, mistakes, or Act 5, or even doing Labyrinth for Legends. The kind of like choices are there with that, but I don't think the units really would be for that, unless I was looking to strengthen my squad, and that is something that isn't on my agenda at the moment. So choices are really out to the public for decision on this. A lot of people have said they're not going to get it, so it seems fairly logical that not a lot of people are, but obviously heavy spenders will. Our next story is the unit bundles. We've got special offers that are attached to these unit packs. And I thought, first of all, looking at them, oh, these are going to be more substantial than they are, but they're really not. They're pretty darn pathetic, to be honest. It's just standard featured, like two stars is guaranteed, 3 or 4 is a good chance you get, but you don't. So yeah, not really for me. I think this is just pointless padding, and as the game has progressed on, and now obviously it is a big thing about pushing towards 6 stars in the future, these deals are really going to become pretty darn pointless. I didn't see any kind of great value in them. Yes, okay, the value based on unit prices, yeah, to a degree, but you always get 2 stars. It's just such a luck game. Like, you'll go and purchase this, like I'll spend £4.99, so it's a £5, so I'll spend a £5 on that. I've got 135 units. The same thing is then I'll get the crystal, and I'll get a 2-star, and then go, what was the point of that? Yeah, you've got 135 units, but having that add-on isn't particularly great. I think the best time to look out for is Black Friday deals as well, and that's coming next month, guys, so do look out for that. Black Friday deals. Also, we've got the Christmas deals, potentially Christmas deals. I'm not saying it is or isn't. There's also the gifting event that usually comes around. That's usually a good time to kind of get some stuff, use it with your alliance. Big spenders can really kind of mop up quite well with that, so look out for that. And our final story is all about the Alliance Quest issue. Now, there's a good thing to this and a bad thing to this if this is the case. Now, this is a response obviously to the issues, and kind of giving good reparations to the issues here. And it does look like there has been sufficient receipt of stuff lost from doing the last event. So obviously we Odin are getting this back. And there's also some extras in that. There's a second message which gives us some more stuff that's just great. It's great to see all this kind of stuff being added back in as a compensation, and kind of saying to people, yeah, okay, we messed up, here it is back at your same level that you should have achieved. So that's great. I'm glad to see them do that. I was a bit surprised to see the extent of crystals. I was hoping for something a little bit more with regards to the map 5 crystals for our alliance. I don't know, obviously other alliances will be affected or kind of see any kind of less or more from that, but that seems to be on par with what we'd normally receive. So yeah, everything's kind of resolved with Alliance Quest, and let's go on and hopefully things get better. So that has been the news for today. Thanks very much for watching this video, and obviously if you want to leave a comment on some of the stuff that you found informative, or go to some of the forums, then go and have a look at them. And remember, tomorrow I'll be releasing some content which is all about stories in Marvel Contest of Champions and the way that Kabam deliver it, and a few kind of criticisms I have as well as improvement ideas. The other thing is I'm doing an origin story to a very well-known Marvel Contest of Champions character that I really wouldn't mind some kind of great support behind, because I did put so much time to kind of write this myself. It's an original piece that I wrote, and also I've narrated and I've put some kind of imagery with it, so hopefully you enjoy it. But anyway, thanks very much for watching this video. I've been Rich the Man, and I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye bye for now.